What is going on, everybody? Episode 11 of the Sonoma State Dynasty, here on the Rabbit Hole Sports and Media YouTube channel. Bit of a more somber tone. Feels like missed out on bowl eligibility, coming up literally inches short in a comeback versus Boise State in the last episode. But business marches on, doesn't slow down what we're going to build here at Sonoma State. Very confident in what we're doing. And going to start off with a little coaching tree update here. We have an off-season training boost now for quarterbacks and offensive line. My plan is to go QB, O-line. On the next one, we'll go linebackers, and then secondary and D-line. And I think I'll make an episode before I start the second season explaining more in depth my vision of building the team, but wanted to keep you guys updated on that. I think QB and O-line is going to be the first key to establishing a little more consistency for our team. So we're going to start there. But moving on to some recruiting. 3-star defensive end / edge rusher, Akeem Brissett from Danville. He locks us out. So we replaced him on the board with 1-star defensive end / edge, Connor Litton from Charlotte, North Carolina. Looking at some Week 12 results in the Pac-12, Washington State beat Stanford, so that certainly opens up the door a little bit more for Texas State. They each now have one loss. Texas State's one loss, of course, being to Stanford, as I've alluded to numerous times, but that does mean Texas State winning out and one more Stanford loss would put the Bobcats, I think that's their mascot. I'm not totally sure. I apologize for that. But we'll put Texas State in the Pac-12 title game. But looking at Week 13, the number 2 ranked Georgia Bulldogs visit number 12 Florida State. In the Pac-12, we have our big showdown in our division. SMU goes to Santa Barbara to take on the Gauchos. I believe if Santa Barbara wins, they clinch the division. If SMU wins, I believe that they would be in front, but I believe they would need to still win or have Santa Barbara lose in the next week. But for the most part, a winner-take-all game in that division, it feels like. But number 19, Auburn, who we haven't mentioned too much in this dynasty yet, they go to number 16, Texas A&M, who has certainly gotten plenty of mention. Moving to the Big Ten, number 11, Kansas State visits number 8, Utah, in what would be a Big 12 matchup, but a couple of Big 10 newcomers in this one. Staying in conference, Ohio State goes to number 23, Indiana. Moving to the SEC, it's a couple of former ACC teams. Clemson, number 24, visits number 6, Miami. And then right back to the Big Ten for a little Southern California rivalry, the UCLA Bruins. And the number 14 ranked USC Trojans will battle it out this week in the Los Angeles Coliseum. And then a quick look at the top 25. Rutgers and Texas State crack the top 10 at ranks 9 and 10 respectively. UCSB is ranked 15, SMU 21, and BYU 25. And those are the 3 teams from our conference in the rankings. So we were kind of sitting at 1 or 0 most of the season, but now we got 3 teams in the rankings. But a bit of a shorter episode on the business end. Let's get into the action in Vegas, see if we can get back into the win column, and see who's really about it in this one against the Rebels. Here we go. Final road game of the campaign. Gonna try out one more road uniform combination. We're gonna put UNLV in the all red. I feel like it'll complement what we're wearing pretty well. I just had a giant croak in my throat as I was talking, so if that came through on the microphone, I apologize. That was unintentional. But let's play some football. Headed out to Vegas, second game against a team from Nevada, 1-0 on the season against them. Seeing if we can get a sweep against the state. You know, you got to play for something, right? I mean, 3-7. We're going to find out who loves football on this team. If you can show up when the season is quote-unquote over. That's a good sign. That's a great place to be in. Here we go. Rebels take the field at Allegiant Stadium, home of the Raiders. Not a lot of winning from them in Allegiant, and we don't want to let UNLV win here I don't know, that was a very unnecessary shot at the Raiders. I apologize for that, but let's get it rolling. Matthew York, we're just filling space, and that's sometimes when the nonsense comes out. Kneel down, and here we go. The defense off a much improved effort versus Boise State will get their first possession against BYU. And on the first play of the game, Noah Collins steps in front of the throw, gets the interception, and Sonoma State, a team that did a fairly good job of taking the ball away at the beginning of the season, takes it away to start this one. First play of the game, beautiful start, and it is TB5, cheese please, around the corner, on the precipice of the red zone. Two big plays to get us going here in Vegas. Gonna go empty on 1st and 10 from the 26. Gonna hit CJ Peaks. I don't even know how he saw the ball there. I feel like they could give a more realistic animation. Come on, EA Sports. But anyway, first down, Seawolves. CJ Peaks, nice game last week, stepping up in the absence of Demetrius Williamson. Could use the same effort from here today, but it is Keontae Tyson, the junior, taking it into the end zone, and the Seawolves of Sonoma State come into Vegas from Rohnert Park and make a statement early with the touchdown. 7-0 as the running Rebels take back over, and we are in the area here early in coverage. Good to see. That has not been the case. If you've watched all our episodes, it's looked more like that play right there, just 40 yards down the field. A lot more. So underneath here on the screen, gonna get a flag, gonna get a user in clinic from myself. That's, it wouldn't be a video if we did not have that. But, and then we get illegal contact, which I don't know how that could possibly happen. Keeper here. It wasn't pretty, but we do the job. 1st and 10, Rebels in the red zone, and around the edge they go, and in to the end zone. The answer UNLV needed, they get. And we are all back to square one in this Pac-12 matchup in Vegas. Here we go. From under center, Terron Barnes gives to Cameron Teague. He's going to go right up the middle for 9 yards. Some power football. Always love when we can incorporate a little more of that, and we're going to go to our trusty RPO read slide. Get it out to the junior tight end, Scott McLawler. Let him get to work on our second possession of this game in the opening quarter. Split backfield here, going to get into a cross screen. And we are going to get it to Keontae Tyson. Clears on the animation, flag down. Tyson's down the sideline. He's lowering the shoulder, given a stiff arm, and is forced out of bounds. And it is a roughing the passer penalty. So good news for us here, and we got to go with the drag wheel. And it is going to be CJ Peaks for the Seawolf touchdown. Good to see a new face start to become a little bit more of a playmaker in the offense. Obviously, those opportunities arise either because of injury or someone not playing well, so to a degree, you kind of hope you don't have them. But at the same time, when it calls for it, you need it. Deep shot down the field, and we take care of it. This secondary looking to make a statement. At the end of the year, they've probably been the laughingstock of college football. Who knows what the fake media of this game would be writing about. But anyway, Terron Barnes throws it away. 3rd down and 9. Would love to get the 2-score lead. Also need to avoid the big mistake. But a big first down from a big-time player, Scott McLawler. Gonna keep the sticks moving. Up the middle on a 3rd and 3, though, on the next set of downs. Do not get it, and I don't know why I'm not just going through the middle there. The leverage, I guess, kind of scared me away. Maybe he gets off the block, but it would have been more of a challenge than that. And down the field, Nico Solomon. He's been getting coached up. Be coachable, right? Nico Solomon certainly is. He gets the interception. Second takeaway for the Seawolves, and that's going to set up Jackson Gregory and the Seawolf offense down the sideline on another variation of that RPO slide, and a little whoopsie-doo from Terron Barnes. Nothing doing. Would have been cool if something happened, but fun nonetheless to see a little something like that. a little excitement, right? Even on a bad play, he's fun to watch. Nothing fun about that though. Loss of 8, 4th and 21. Turn it over. UNLV with a chance to equalize here in the second quarter. 3 yards into Seawolf territory, but they are going to be a little further in than that. Out of context, rabbit hole sports moment right there. First down, UNLV. Broken tackle, up the middle, clinic, touchdown, UNLV. Sonoma State defense moment right there. And the Rebels have tied it up. We got guys rolling on the ground. We're switching on and doing nonsense. I will say right here, I do vaguely remember that play happening, and I did throw in the replay because of that, because I don't remember hitting anything to make him move inside, and he just gave the most atrocious move. I'm talking about the guy I'm using. Moved to the inside with nothing from the offensive player to make him do that, so I really don't know what happened there. But nevertheless, 14-14, and UNLV back to work on the ground. I believe that's Jaden Thomas. I believe that's the right name. I think he's number 5, though. I think that's him. So I want to know who number 9 is, UNLV fans. If you are out there watching the series, first and foremost, thank you, love you, hope you're doing well. But let me know who number 9 is, because he was really tearing us a new one, so to speak. But UNLV going to take their first lead of the game. What is that last name? Chittenden? That's fun. 17-14, Rebels. Seawolf offense back to work. Javion Foreman, first time calling his name in this one today. 4 eligibles to the right, tight end, running back, 2 receivers. It is going to be a read keeper for Terron Barnes. He's going to cut it up and get down. Protect himself from a hit. Always like to do that with the quarterback, but a miss on the out route right there. Definitely a play we need to make. But a 3rd and 2. A little bit of a smash concept. Quick to the flat, and I hit the possession catch button for whatever reason. And it really took some restraint to not go for this 4th down. But we do punt it away. And whoop! Cheese please from UNLV. And they have a 1st and 10. Looking to go up 2 scores going into the break. Going to get it underneath here. And we will get the ball first to start the second half. So it would be huge to get a stop here. I mean, really with enough time to let us get a drive. We do have 2 timeouts, but getting down to it on the clock. But how about a 3rd interception? Dakota Mills, 3rd different guy with a pick. And Sonoma State's defense, it has been either score or interception, really, on this first drive. And we're going to try to tie it up before the half. But after that loss, 3rd and 16, well, I should have said we were going to try to tie it up before that. But 3rd and 16, going to kind of concede there. Feel like if kind of navigated the traffic a little better, maybe we would have made it a more competitive chance for that 1st down. And almost heart attack inducing material on that final play. 4th player finally getting him down. 17-14 Rebels. There's Jaden Thomas. He is number 9. All right, there we go. So who's number 5? I guess that's the real question. Here we go. LJ Young taking the return to open the second half. Not really the speed, ideally, for a return man, but we don't have too many dudes that do have the speed you would like for a return man. But best job possible, I would say, by the freshman LJ Young Jr. 2nd and 10 here, and it is swallowed up. Spencer Strickland in the backfield. Going to bring us to a 3rd and long. And that is Antonio Gates-esque. The box out and catch from Scott McLawler. Little basketball fundamentals. Right there showing up on the football field. And this keeper is going nowhere. Another 3rd and long on this opening drive. Can we make something happen? Yet again, we're going to inside shoulder throw it to Javion Foreman and get the 1st down. So working our way out of some difficult situations in this opening drive, and a shot down the field for Javon Moore. Touchdown, his 3rd, or maybe just 2nd total touchdown of the campaign. He has a kick return touchdown, a receiving touchdown, and I know he has also caught a 2-point conversion in the UCSB game. But a big time catch there to put the Seawolves back in the lead. Had really stagnated on offense these last few drives, and we see how close that was to an interception, able to get that in, or able to get his hands on that just in time, is Javon Moore. Handoff right here, and the defense is in the backfield, 3rd and 9. It's been a good effort in the context of our defense, but we need to still keep improving, for sure, and a great effort there to get the stop. And here's Javon Moore once again on the punt return. Maybe should have put one last little cut to the inside. Would have really sprung that one loose. But nevertheless, solid return, and more whoopsie-doo from Terron Barnes. This time he's going to get rid of it. I guess last time got rid of it too, but we were really trying to get a completion. And got hit on the last one, but this one was an intentional throwaway. And on the bootleg, we get it to Jackson Gregory. Always love getting him involved. He's such a good blocker, so it's always nice to reward him with a touch right there. And thank you to the animations. I don't even know how we pick up that first down. But Keontae Tyson does it on 3rd and 4. And Terron Barnes, he likes to make it hard because it has gotten easy for him, I guess. Throws a fadeaway on the bubble screen. First down. Sonoma State. Looks like we may have a shot to the slot there. This is essentially conceptually as Scott McLawler. Big catch down the sideline. What they were doing on the left there is very similar to what we're doing with the drag and the wheel, just we're trying to set up more of a pick. We get it underneath. Down inside the 1 is Spencer Strickland, and an opportunity to take a 2-score lead if we can cash in. Something we failed to do in the first half, and UNLV got themselves right back into the game. Terron Barnes off the play fake. Beautiful. He has the corner. Definitely a late hit, but it is a Seawolf touchdown. He does not care. Straight ecstasy. I hope that's not what he's shooting in his veins. Touchdown, Sonoma State. And they have a 2-score lead. TB5, and we're going to go for 2 here. Why not hit the play action again? And Alex Gunderson showing off the athleticism. Maybe a little gymnastics in his background, laying out to make the grab there. And we have a 12-point lead, and the main reason I went for 2 there is I wanted them to have to score 2 touchdowns as opposed to being able to score a field goal. To make it a 1-score game, just give us a little more cushion. If we missed, we still are forcing them into a field goal and a touchdown. It's still a 2-score game if we miss. So it felt like that was a risk worth taking. And can our defense make it worth it with a stop? 3rd and goal on the 5-yard line. And I was really trying to get out there with Dakota Mills pre-snap and was not able to. Touchdown, Rebels. They stay right on our heels and keep the pressure on the Sonoma State offense. Into the 4th quarter now. Don't know what the heck is going on there. Finally get it out to Spencer Strickland. I was not hitting fake pitch. I never fake pitch. Maybe I should more. I don't know. Maybe that was the game's way of telling me to fake pitch more. But it would have been nice if they just pitched the ball. 4th and 1. We're going to take our shot. We failed on 1 4th down attempt earlier in the game. And no different here. That time Jackson Gregory does not pick up the linebacker coming through. Technically the offensive lineman's assignment, but that is one where you'd love the fullback to notice that. And just get a little chip, get a little something. But here we go. UNLV back into a goal-to-go situation. Chance to get back in front. To the outside, on the sideline. Don't really got a toe drag in college with the 1 foot. But touchdown, Jaden Thomas and the Rebels. And they will most certainly go for 2 here to try to make it a 3-point game. So a field goal would only tie instead of give us the lead. So here we go, seeing if we can come up with a big play. We cannot. Simply put, not going to beat around the bush there. Here we go. Offense's turn to answer. Our defense has made, I'd say, as many plays as you could ask them to make at this point in the game. We would love one more as we get down the stretch here, but the offense, it's their turn. It's their turn. They've been great all year. Time to be a great unit. And should have given it, but luckily because of the formation, we're able to adjust and get up the field with Terron Barnes for a first down. Looks like we're getting some press to man. They're going to rob her. That safety on the left coming down into the box, and Terron Barnes cannot get it there. I don't even know how he threw the ball that far. after getting hit, but a terrific piece of throwing considering the circumstances. Not terrific considering the result. But gonna get into a third and manageable here. Little RPO read, get it out to CJ Peaks. And we are gonna go empty. Who can make a play? It is the freshman, LJ Jr. We get a block. I believe that's Scooter Page. And he is all the way down to the UNLV 25. And off the play action, Barnes to Page. Touchdown. 5-22. 2 weeks in a row. Critical situation. Fourth quarter. These guys connect. Last week, unfortunately, not able to get the 2-point conversion to tie up the game and have it lead to a victory. But this time, it is a go-ahead touchdown. We will just kick the extra point to go up 4. And we are maybe a stop and a couple first downs away from snapping a 4-game losing streak and picking up our 4th win of the season. So a 3rd and 6 that feels oh so critical, and we get the pressure. I believe that is Nico Solomon getting in there. He had a pick and now a sack, and this is really one of the first games this season I feel like we haven't called his name for a blown coverage over the top, so hopefully we can hold on to that. As Scott McLawler gonna make the catch, show off the physicality, and Terron Barnes once again makes a great throw while getting hit, and that is a huge first down as we try to put this game away. Down to the 2-minute warning. UNLV will start using those timeouts now, which means I believe we are 2 first downs away from icing this game. Not gonna happen there. Javion Foreman hit in the backfield, the Rebels all over it. So a huge 3rd and 8. We're going to dial up our favorite man or press man concept on that right side, but we're going to do an alert post with Scott McLaurin. We've got the 2-high look, and they may blitz, and I feel like that's going to be a good quick glance, and we hit it right on time, and Scott McLaurin has made some big-time plays on this last drive, and we are a first down away from a victory, and we get so close with Keontae Tyson. We're going to take a timeout, make sure we're in the right look here. Let's put this game away, fellas. Let's let the big boys up front eat and get 1 yard, right? That's what they're going to do. No, we're going to bootleg. Terron Barnes out on the perimeter, gets down. That is a Seawolf W. It feels good. That one, I mean, man, there were some tough, brutal losses in between our last win. And that is a nice one to get a back and forth affair with UNLV in Allegiant Stadium. But it is our Seawolves coming out on top. And Terron Barnes stripped the game, 377 yards, 4 touchdowns, 476 yards of total offense to 311 from UNLV, but just 146 yards passing for the Rebels. That is the biggest story, as we have the worst pass defense in the country, and we hold them to a 56% completion percentage, just over 11 yards of completion, and 3 interceptions. Best game of the year from the secondary, maybe outside of the Army game, but I would argue that game we got some help from some missed throws, where here we just played some really good defense on the back end. As we go through the rest of the stats here, but man, that feels like a monkey off the back to some degree as we headed to our last game of the year next week, and just an exceptional game from the quarterback, Terron Barnes. TB5, 29-37, 377, 3 touchdowns, no picks. No one really standing out in the rushing department. Weren't really able to create the explosives we like there, but we're able to run the ball just enough to stay steady. As Scott McLawler, the big-time receiver in this one, 7 catches for 94 yards. And then CJ Peaks also had 6 catches for 71 yards. I believe this is back-to-back weeks with at least 6 catches for CJ Peaks. So maybe big things to come for him here in the Dynasty, and a proud coach moment here as Nico Solomon wins Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Week. 2 tackles, a pick, I believe a sack. Not the most
overwhelming stat line. And then just since it would be spoiled when I show us playing UNLV next week, I wanted to show that Santa Barbara picks up a win over the Mustangs, and they are headed to the Pac-12 championship game in a couple weeks. But we get our chance on Senior Day against the Mustangs next week. We'll see you then.